Previously on Before the Blow Up. So tomorrow, I'm actually starting my first day as their new freelance TikTok video editor. This could be a big disappointment, but this could also be amazing. They decided to go a different direction. I'm gonna have to bounce back.
To return back to a place isn't necessarily a sign of regression. If you're going back to a situation and it still brings up certain feelings, it's not a sign that you have regressed in your personal development or regressed in your therapy journey. You have to control, what do you now do moving forward from this? A true sign of regression would be, I've fallen again, I'm not getting up.
Right.
That's regression. Yeah. The sign of regression isn't the fall, it's the decisions you make after you fell. If you decide this is where I'm going to give up, then yeah, you've regressed. But if you decide, actually, we're going to get up again, and even if we're going to step one, we're still moving forward, okay, cool. We're actually making progress, right? Allow yourself, give yourself the grace. Firstly, forgive yourself, right? Yeah, forgive yourself for the fact that you had made all of this quote unquote progress and now you stumbled again. Forgive yourself because you're a human being. You're doing something hard. And so if you do end up faltering, it's okay.
It's normal.
It's okay. So forgive yourself. Give yourself the grace to actually progress again. Allow yourself to go on this journey again. Do not see it as a waste of time. Do not see yourself as a waste of effort. You are worth keeping going. You are worth that 7th, 8th, 100th try. You are worth doing it again.
The sun decided to shine today. In this here Netherlands, the sun decided to shine. I'm not complaining. I love this. This is so symbolic. Oh my God. Last time y'all left me, it was dark. It was dark. I was sad. Now we coming back and the sun is shining. The sun has decided to shine. It might not be that handy for the shot. Probably not such a good idea for the shot. But for the symbolism of it all, I'm here for it. Better. Hello there. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a new vlog. If you are new, hi. My name is Minerva. And this is the Before the Blow Up vlog. In the last episode, oh, if you're not new, by the way, let me not forget y'all. Welcome back. You smart, you loyal. I appreciate you. In the last episode of the Before the Blow Up vlog, no. Let me just be dramatic. Previously on the Before the Blow Up vlog, Minerva put all her hopes and her energy into getting a really big client, and emphasis on she put all her hope on it, and then she didn't get the gig. Last time y'all saw me, that was a little bit dramatic. Anyway, last time y'all saw me in the vlogs, I told y'all that I have been very much crushed because I thought there was a job, not even a job because I didn't want to be like in a job, but there was like a gig that I just felt, I just knew deep down in my soul, in my spirit, that that was for me. I acted on it and I went for it and I was shut down. I needed time, to get myself together. I got myself together, ish. Emphasis on the ish. And we are back. Yeah. You know what? Let me go make myself comfortable, go sit down, and let me discuss why this thing hit me so hard, what I've been reflecting on, and where do we go from here. Okay, so Let's talk about it. Okay, so I don't think there's a part of me that I shared with you. So if you're just like, ooh, you girl, you won't talk a lot, nobody cares, I'm gonna put a timestamp somewhere in the description box. Now, if you don't care, you just want to see what be happening, thank you so much for watching though. But then you can skip this part. But I think if you're like really invested, like, girl, we want to know, let me tell you what happens in my head when I am faced with disappointment. Maybe somebody else is dealing with this as well, and I think it could be very helpful to share. So one thing that I have been dealing with for years now is the fear of disappointment. I have been so super scared of disappointment up to the point where it kind of keeps me and it discourages me from trying in life, trying new things, trying to get ahead, stuff like that, because I just fear that it's gonna go horribly wrong and then I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna end up being disappointed and then I don't know what to do, because I think my brain knows that I don't have the tools yet mentally to deal with disappointment. When I say I'm going for something or I want something, automatically I'm faced with a battle of fate. Am I gonna believe that this is possible for me, or am I gonna give in to the negative self-talk that immediately kicks in? So some of the negative self-talk that I've identified with myself is feeling like it's not gonna change. My life is not gonna change for the better. It's only gonna get worse. That's one of the biggest flows of self-talk, negative self-talk, questioning if life will get better. So for me, even if something is not quote unquote that deep, even if things happen to other people, like it happens every day that people go for gigs or they go for jobs and they don't get it. Does it suck? Yes. Is it something that will define me for the rest of my life? Probably not. Is it something that only happens to me? No, it doesn't. But for me in those situations, it hits me harder, not because of the thing that it is, the situation that I was disappointed in, but because that disappointment, that specific disappointment, links to the fear that life will never get better for me. That this, where I am right now, isn't as good as it's gonna get. So when I finally get myself over that initial fear to go for something, as you saw me do with the gig, when that disappointment comes, in that moment it feels like those voices that I was telling to shut up, that they were proven right. And it kind of adds to the evidence that I shouldn't try and that it's not gonna get better, but it'll only get worse. That's the root of why this was like really heavy, because it's linked to another fear. It's linked to a limiting belief that's so deep rooted that I do have a hard time touching it. Because the moment I touch it, all of this pain that's been built up in the last maybe almost 10 years comes out. Yeah. That was a lot. That was a lot. The thing that has helped me for where I am now to at least get out of this hole is to separate the two biggest emotions that I'm feeling. There is the disappointment and the grieving of the possibilities that I saw and the positive effect that I saw if I were to get this gig. But there's also the pain and the fear that is triggered by this disappointment. This specific disappointment triggered this overall and crippling fear. I have to learn to separate those two. I have to first grieve and accept this situation But I have to be aware that I also have to tackle this mess over here. So what I've done is I've just focused on this. And to me, the logic just is like, listen, it was probably for a reason why this door had to close right now. So I'll probably be out, is what I'm saying. If I just look at this. The plan was never this gig was gonna be it. No. The plan was I am building my business. I have to recalibrate and recenter. Yes, grieve, because you wanted this to be your first big client for your business, but build your business. Make sure your business is standing strong and you're ready. Because if I'm gonna be honest, if I got this gig, the things that they were asking later on, it was also gonna be a stretch. Would you actually be happy in the things that they are now asking of you later on? You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what? Build your business, recalibrate, don't get distracted no more. That is me. I took some time off to kind of get myself together, or attempt to get myself together. And I feel like now it's time to refocus. It's time to refocus on what was actually the plan. Because this gig looked really good and it really felt like it was for me. But if it's not, my life has to be lived. I have to continue with my life. I have to realize what the heck I am doing. What the heck was the plan anyway? At this point, I'm gonna just go and do some actual work, and I will see you later. Hey there, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And this video was different to make because it had a twofold goal. Yes, I wanted to explain why seemingly small things to others have the potential to totally wreck me and devastate me so that you know me better. But also, I wanted to tell the story of me bouncing back. If you're like me and things that are like easy to other people or like not a big deal to other people really can get you down, I just want to say, have patience with yourself. Give yourself grace. Try to get to the root of why these things are so devastating to you. You're not crazy. You're not childish or a baby. There's a reason why they get you down like that. And I wanted to transparently share my journey in this. So after this, I was determined to start fresh. And guess what? More major disappointments came my way, and the cycle of getting up and being knocked back down and getting up again and being knocked back down continued. And you know what? That's okay. I wanted to authentically share this part, and 2023 kicked my ass, okay? She tried to take me out, but guess what? I got back up. Somewhere while all of this was happening, I went on vacation to Aruba. I met my parents there, and I was finally able to have some quality time with them again. It was so amazing. And I wanted to add some of the footage in the end because I was just so happy and I wanted to capture that. So even though this try wasn't successful, I still wanted to add it because I wanted to capture it as a symbol of me constantly getting up after I was knocked back down, because I'm really proud of myself. The journey continues. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Send this video to someone who is struggling and is constantly being knocked down and it's just like, okay, life be trying me, okay? And if someone sent this video to you, you've probably had major setbacks and major disappointments, and I just want to let you know, be patient with yourself. Life is gonna knock you down. It's okay, it's not your fault. But all that you have to focus on, just get back up. You got this.
How do I take the steps to get rid of or overcome this thing that has had so much power over me. Forgiveness is one of the most underutilized superpowers to freedom that we just do not like capitalize off of enough. There is a bondage that comes when you don't forgive yourself or others. It is a stronghold, but there is a stronghold that occurs when you don't forgive. And many of us think of, oh, but I need to forgive other people. But it's not just forgiving other people. You need to forgive yourself. You actually need to sit with yourself and say, you know what? Actually, it's okay. I flopped that one time, but you know what? I'm going to get up tomorrow. Or like I flopped this week, I'm going to get up again. And it's not even in the consistency is important, but it's also in that fighting spirit, that warring spirit that really says, you know what? I'm going to continue to fight for my healing, because oftentimes you won't win the battle of healing if you don't fight for it. And I think sometimes we think of healing as something quite passive or something quite like nice and fun and pretty, and yes, it can be. They also do need to be partnered with the really uncomfortable stuff. Oftentimes the breakthrough comes after you've allowed yourself to break. So I think it's consciously leaning in to forgiving yourself, consciously leaning into community, and consciously leaning into fighting for your healing, like fighting to become a whole person, fighting for the things that you believe that you deserve in this life, because you deserve them. And the first person that needs to convince themselves of whether they deserve it or not is you.